The Ring Fanatics Podcast, episode number 62. I am Nick, your host. With me are my co hosts, Gina and Joel. As always, go subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on all of our platforms, and make sure you go support us in any way possible. The last episode of 2021, as we almost are about to enter the new year. Uh, of course, day one happening this Saturday, I believe. It's Saturday, not Sunday, of the new year. Day one happening, and we're not gonna be alone today. We have a new guest joining us to my left this side. He is an up and coming content creator. Please welcome Mikeystaxx. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Glad to be a part of this. How y'all doing today?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Thanks for
All
asking.
right.
Doing well. So, like I said, we're doing predictions for day one happening this Saturday for WWE. Since you're our guest, I'm going to start off with you, man. As I'm looking down the card, go match by match, give our thoughts and predictions for each match. So as I see here, the first match I see on the card for the day one pay-per-view is for the Raw Tag Team Championships, RK Bro versus Street Profits. I know this was a last-minute match that happened this week. What are your thoughts on this match, Mikey? What are your opinions on this match? Who do you have winning?
Well, one thing I know this is going to be flames. This match is always going to be flames. With RK Bro, I feel like they need to keep the tag team championships just a little bit longer. I'm not ready for them to lose it yet, even though I love the Street Profits, but I'm not ready for RK Bro to lose it just yet. Just not yet. Not yet.
I was going to say the opposite.
Really?
The opposite, yeah. I got the Street Profits winning it. I know Joel always has this. I know Joel.
It off with the spicy takes again.
I know Joel always has the opposite takes from me, man. But yeah, I think I got them winning. I think this is the right time to split them up and like go for that Mania match. I think that's what it's setting up for. I know we still have the Rumble and all the other pay-per-views that are happening before then, but I still feel like this is the right time to do it. The perfect time. What about you guys? What about you, Gina, Joel?
I still have RK Bro winning. I have RK Bro. I have my reasons for it. Just thinking like logically, like from the writer's perspective, because this is usually how I think instead of a fan perspective.
Yeah.
I feel like day one is cool, but I feel like this is more of like a fan attention thing rather than an actual like matchup for cards like to like get to Mania. I feel like this is more of like a fan base thing. And RK Bro has like a higher and better fan base at the moment, so I have a feeling that they're still going to give them the win. And if we're going to have them separated at some point, it's going to probably be at like Royal Rumble or something way bigger. It's not going to happen yet, so I still have RK Bro for winning.
I'm assuming you too, Joel. You got RK Bro winning because I know you didn't like my Street Profits.
100%. I don't think the Street Profits need the title. But I also don't think RK Bro can lose it right now.
Exactly.
And like Gina said, they'll probably lose it at a pay-per-view that matters. So yeah, I think this is just a filler spot for Street Profits because of all. I think they had to change a couple stuff because of the whole COVID thing. So yeah, I got RK Bro.
I was kind of thinking the opposite. I think the Street Profits do need the titles right now. I think they need
They
it.
do. But do we really want them to have the titles?
I want them to see the title, but like I think if it isn't an RK Bro split up, I think it's more of a Street Profits turning heel, one or the other.
Okay, I do like that. I do like them turning heel.
We do need a heel tag team besides what are they called? Alpha Academy. I think they need a great heel tag team on Raw, and I think the Street Profits can do that. So that's what I'm kind of expecting, either a split up or a heel turn where they help, or not help, but kind of let RKO lose the titles.
I don't know if they could be heels though.
But really? I would say if they are going to win the titles, I feel like they would need a memorable title run. I feel like the past few times that the Street Profits have won it, they haven't really been memorable.
Like, you're right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just been like, okay, they got the title. How they get the titles is memorable, but how they keep it and their defenses are just like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also still
like they Bianca Belair the shit out of the Street Profits all the time, where they kind of like are like, okay, we're gonna give it to them, and then they just like nothing.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like every time, and it's not even like the fans don't like them. There's an appeal for them, but they just kill their storyline every time. So yeah, I agree with you on that for sure.
I also think it goes back to what Nick say. I think we really just need a good heel tag team.
Mm-hmm.
I think with all these tag teams now, it's just like it's kind of thrown together. We're not having no good rivalry tag team matches, and I feel like that's what kind of hurt the Street Profits tag team championship runs is because they ain't have no good rivalries. They always gonna put on good matches. They're always gonna be entertaining, and like you said, Gina, they always gonna appeal to the fans, no doubt. But we just really need a good heel tag team to stir up the mix.
Yeah, I'm excited, and it's also Mania season. That's what I want to see them. I'd rather see them enter Mania and retain the titles at Mania, rather than them winning it at Mania. But that's a whole different situation right there. So I would prefer that than having them get their big moment.
Do you guys really? I need to ask this question though. Do you guys think they could pull off the heel run?
Absolutely.
You think
I
so?
think if they execute
I think
yes.
I think if you give anything to Montez Ford, for one, I think he'll run away with it.
Oh, Montez Ford is not the one I'm worried about.
Yeah, and I think
Dawkins. I've always said they need to. If they needed to break them up, Montez Ford is always going to be the heel that they need.
Yeah, I've always
there's always going to be a Matt Hardy in a tag team. So
you don't have to do that.
Well, am I wrong though? No.
There's
always going to be a Matt Hardy. And honestly, if you think about it, it's not Montez Ford. So I mean, it could be good, but there's always going to be one that's stronger.
I was gonna say Dawkins is always good at backing up Montez. I think Dawkins fits Montez Ford, like with them together, they're perfect. But I feel like they go separate ways. They're not. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't take the risk on doing that because, like I said, I think Dawkins complements Ford. Without Dawkins, there's no Montez. Like that's what I think.
Well,
I think it's the other way around.
He could always do the high flying stuff all around. I don't care, but I feel like there's no Ford without Dawkins. That's just my opinion.
I don't know, man.
Like, the moves are impressive, but again, he needs Dawkins in my opinion. So I don't want them to be.
I think he's the one that has. Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like he's the one that. I feel like Ford has more charisma.
Not saying that Dawkins is the better one. I'm just saying that like he just needs to be there to like how Enzo and Cass needed to be there for Enzo, even though Enzo was the better performer and better talker. I think Cass complimented Enzo and Dawkins complimented Montez Ford. I think that can still be the case, and that's why I kind of don't want them splitting up.
I still don't know if they could sell me on them being heels. I don't know.
Really? I can see it.
But they would have to change their whole gimmick. Like they
don't have to. I don't think they have to. They define the way they are. They can still do the same thing, but just be arrogant about it.
I guess.
Talking Street Profits. I mean, I could see that being a heel thing.
Yeah,
flipping it.
I mean, maybe it depends on what they do. Unless they just lose the solo.
They need somebody to give them a good storyline, and
that's what they need—a good storyline.
It's not that they're the problem; it's the storyline itself that they need to work on for them in particular. Yes. Like they don't know how to utilize them, and there's ways they can, but they just don't know how to.
I mean, yeah, true, and it's like I think RK Bro is a great team to start that with. Maybe they go on to the Rumble, they have a rematch at the Rumble, and then. That's when RK Bro. I don't know. I'm just playing it off, but I think RK Bro would be the perfect. Even if they don't split up, RK Bro would be the perfect, babyface tag team to go up against the heel tag team in the Street Profits.
That is true.
So who do you guys got? You guys got RK Bro. I'm the only one left out here. The Street Profits.
Oh yeah, I'm going RK Bro.
Sorry about that, Nick.
Yeah,
it's no worries.
RK Bro on this.
Kudos, but RK Bro too.
Okay, so I guess I'll add one out here. This one. So next match, Drew McIntyre versus Matt Katmos. I think this is like the sleeper one, not the sleeper match, but the bathroom break match of the card. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
If Drew loses, it's not a bathroom break anymore. That's all I'm saying.
That is very true.
Drew better not lose.
No, I don't think so.
That's not. I agree. I still love everyone on this podcast knows how I feel about Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
The love of my life. But if he loses, this can be very interesting for storylines and for the actual pay-per-view itself. However, he's not going to. He's going to win just because people are going to want to see him win live. Just because he's liked, though.
Yeah, it's literally the first day of the year. I don't think they're going to want to end it off on a bad note. So I'm assuming it's going to be I'm going with McIntyre too. I don't think they're going to give Katmos a big moment right now. Maybe along the line with Corbin, but not right now. I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
How I look at it as at some point they're gonna put Drew against Roman.
Yep.
Right. If Roman doesn't lose Roman keeps the title. So if you give Drew a loss here tonight, that completely just derails that entire match. That whole build up that derails entirely. So that's why I think Drew McIntyre is definitely
going to get face right now. You got something brewing right now.
McIntyre's gonna lose.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
McIntyre.
Okay.
McIntyre's
I was
gonna
waiting for
lose.
it.
There needs a shock factor in this card. There needs to be at least one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every
That's
other
what I
match.
said. It won't be a bathroom break then.
Exactly.
Okay. I have a question. I have a question for you.
What's up?
Will he lose straight up?
Oh no.
That's what I was gonna bring
All
up.
right,
I was gonna say
that's a different lose. That's a different loss
not
then.
clean 1, 2, 3. No, of course it's gonna be a heel. It's gonna be a classic WWE roll up or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna
You know what I
say,
mean? Or the hanging on
that.
to the tights, something.
maybe Corbin gets involved. Maybe he just
Oh, he's
the
definitely
referee's
gonna
not
get
looking.
involved.
Action, something. But
God.
I think McIntyre loses this match.
Okay. I thought my Street Profits think it was bad, but he got the McIntyre losing.
Oh, that's
to a
still
Raw.
the worst
know
take.
what?
I still call that the worst take on this.
I could
podcast so far.
agree. I could agree with you, Joel.
Yeah,
as
me
much
too.
as I think that they're still gonna give it to him. If they have people that are writing right now that are on the smarter end of things and want to keep things interesting for this pay-per-view in particular, because it's very,
Random.
it's not Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It would be smart because people would be like, oh shit, like what's going on? And then not for nothing, numbers for the following day on Monday would go through the roof because people would know
definitely
what's going on. So
it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
I mean, that's like I said. I agree. That kind of changed my mind a little bit. Like that would be the only way if I would be okay with McIntyre losing.
Yeah,
if
me
it
too.
is like a
it's
roll
not.
up.
Me too.
People wouldn't like that, but I
no,
think
you
that would
know
be a
that-
smart way to do it.
I will still think it's gonna be a heel win,
Yeah,
but he
like
can always pin his arms to mats 1, 2, 3, like Corbin hits him, something like that. That he gets distracted, something happens, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't really need to be like the classic cheat win, but still a cheat win with distraction.
But I also feel like this match is going to be like one of those quick 1, 2, 3 matches and then done.
Yeah, McIntyre is gonna go down 1, 2, 3.
No,
I think
McIntyre's
going to dominate the entire match.
like a less than a minute match, like a minute or two match because of Moss being in it because they've been treating him.
Yo, why you hating on Moss?
I didn't like the name from the start. I didn't like the name from the start.
Come on, we gotta build up some people.
Yeah,
because then there's
really
no one
do.
else to go against.
That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
That is very true.
Like honestly, at this point, we have Roman, McIntyre, Lesnar, and I don't even really
imagine
know.
Mad Cut Moss beating Roman Reigns. For the
Like
title.
it's basically like the NBA with like Golden State, Miami.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. It's always the same people over and over again. So it would be really nice to see like more people in the mix, especially in the upcoming year. Because I feel like it's been so repetitive.
Yeah.
Like I want to see new faces like blow up.
I mean, they have been doing that though. Like this past year, they had like Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Edge.
Even that though, they're all well known already. We don't have new faces.
Yeah, true.
Like I don't know new faces. I mean, like we don't have new faces in the WWE. Like it's all right. There's a comeback. There's a new person that was a heel that's a face now, or a face that's a heel. Whatever, But there's no people that are coming up anymore, and that's what we're missing. We need new faces to keep it interesting. That are good. That aren't just going to disappear a week later. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of people. I think Ridge Holland is one of them can challenge Roman. Hopefully, we can see him challenge Roman. It's one of my favorites now. So there's a lot already. There's still like Sheamus and probably others that I can't think of at the moment, but there's still a lot down there. Happy Corbin. I don't see him getting a shot, even though he's been on SmackDown the past year. I don't know, but yeah, I got McIntyre. I'll take Katmos if he does win in a heelish move.
Me too.
Joel caught me on that one. I'm like, that definitely.
You got us on that one.
Yeah, you got us on that one. You got me on that one.
I'll tip my hat to you on that one.
Perfect. So next match, Edge versus Miz. This is where my shock factor is coming in. That's what I thought of before. I think Miz is going to win this match. I think Miz is going to beat Edge and him get the pin.
You think so?
I think Edge had the upper hand this past Monday. You know how that typically goes. One of them gets an upper hand like the Monday or Friday before, and they end up losing. So I think because of that whole brood thing, that's the right thing. I mean, it happens a lot. I feel it happens a lot. But because of the brood thing, I think that's what's gonna happen. I think Miz is gonna do something heelish, especially him, and then win.
Can I be honest? I think that Miz is coming to his end, and I don't mean that in a way with fans. I think with himself. I think that he is slowly becoming, like the father figure, the person with the reality show. I think that he's starting to wind down to the point of retirement. I think that he's getting ready for it. So I think this will go either way. I think he can win, have his last hurrah this year, and then retire, or this is going to be him starting to phase himself out and give Edge the spotlight that Edge always wants. Always, doesn't matter how old he gets, Edge is always going to be Edge. So I think that it can either be his last hurrah this year, or he's going to lose this match and start phasing himself out in the way that he's kind of wanted to just be a family man now. That's just me, though.
Makes sense, because I actually thought the same thing. I think this is going to be the start of the last year of The Miz. Or at least, like, maybe the last two. You know what I mean? Like, not sure, like, the timetable he has, but I think this will be one of the last, like, huge storylines he's going to be in.
Exactly.
And I think it's going to lead up to a WrestleMania match.
I was going to bring that up too. I think it's going to end up being, a mixed tag at Mania. Like Maurice and Miz versus Beth and Edge. Yep. I think that's going to be the match.
Would be cool. But I would love to see a one-on-one at Mania.
Yeah.
But I do have that leading up. Like, I have Miz winning at day one. Him just gloating about it for the next few weeks. Him actually eliminating Edge in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It sets up for whatever pay-per-view is between that and Mania for the 2-on-2 tag intergender tag match, whatever you want to call it. Then that leads up to the final Miz Edge WrestleMania.
I can see either one happening, honestly. What are your thoughts on this, Mikey? What are your thoughts on Edge?
I'm with Joel on this one. I think the Miz is going to win this. Of course, this is not going to be their first and only match, but no. I do not want to see Edge versus Miz at Mania. I feel like I want to see Edge with somebody else at Mania, but I do agree that this is probably the start of the end for the Miz. But I think this is also going to solidify his heel role again in just in the division. I feel like we like Gina been saying, we also just need a really good heel. And I feel like Miz, him being Edge with the help of Maurice, will also give us a good heel again, even if it's for 1 or 2 years that the Miz is left. So I think Miz is going to be Edge.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, if he is somehow ending his career soon, I think the best way to do it is finish it at Mania. I think Mania is.
I don't think he'll be that close, though. I don't know if he'll finish this year.
At least I'm saying, like, at least give him like a big moment first, then maybe go somewhere after.
I could see that.
Because I look at it as Miz have nothing else really left to do in the WWE. I think he's going to start exploring his other options, like you said, with the reality shows and everything. It's nothing else for him really else to do in WWE, if you want to be honest.
No, that's a big fact, because it's true. He has done everything.
Yeah,
he has done everything. Miz is one of my favorites. So I think this is a good storyline for him. Gets to work with a legend.
Someone he's comfortable with too.
Yeah.
Yes.
With that in mind, fighting wise, they know each other. They have chemistry. You know what I mean? Like they know what to expect from each other in the ring to make a good match.
Oh, definitely.
That's definitely adds to it as well.
I think personally, what kind of, I don't mean, again, we're just assuming that he's leaving. We don't know for sure, but maybe, who knows?
Oh no, yeah.
But
it's a mindset that it looks like that's the direction he's going.
Yeah, if that's the direction, I think that the whole thing that kind of, I want to say, started this was like Morrison leaving, Morrison getting released, and maybe like, and then I think that's part of it.
I still can't believe that shit.
Yeah, that happened during our Survivor Series predictions. We were recording Survivor Series.
It happened live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I
That was
didn't want it to happen, but I'm not shocked that it happened. They did
Yeah.
nothing with him since his return. What have they done with him? I'm not shocked that it happened. I didn't want it to happen.
So
Morrison-
releasing him though, I was like, what? Because he's been around for so long. I mean, you know
Yeah.
what? I can't be that surprised when they dropped freaking Braun Strowman.
I'm about to say Braun and the Fiend. Are you?
Yeah.
You can't be
Yeah.
surprised. Anybody could go after this.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you know.
You drop the Fiend and you drop Braun Strowman, you can drop anybody. You guys
Yeah.
are right, yeah.
No one's safe
No
after
one's
that.
safe.
Yeah.
No one's safe.
And then I guess the whole situation, I was also going to base it off of like the reason. I'm assuming the reason why they started this whole Edge and Miz thing. I don't know about anybody else, but I think it basically started off with what CM Punk and MJF did, and over AEW,
Mhm.
with the whole referencing, "Oh, you're younger Miz." It kind of
They're
gives them the same vibe. I don't know about you guys, and I know Edge
They're
and Miz.
trying to go toe to toe with them right now.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
even though Miz isn't like really the same age as MJF, but it's like
It's the same
It's
vibe.
It's still
Yeah.
the different
the same
generations.
difference. Yeah, same
Yeah.
difference kind of thing. So I feel like that's kind of the reason why they started it. They kind of poke back at that because they did also poke at them too. You know, like they could like their first promo together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind of figured they were going at it at first. You know, like I said, same vibe, but who knows? Maybe this might be the feud to either kind of lead off to the downfall of Miz or not. Maybe he won't go anywhere. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe he's just
Not necessarily.
chilling.
I wouldn't call it a downfall. I
Yeah,
just think that
this-
this is his last goodbye. Like this is his swan song, if you will,
Yeah,
to the WWE. I think.
But if he does go out, I want him to go out as the Miz,
Yes,
the heel
I
Miz,
agree.
not whatever he was doing with John Morrison. I'm so glad they got rid of that. I want him to
I
go
want
out as the Miz.
Awesome TV, the Miz coming back with his
Yes.
black shirt with the name tag that I own too.
Yes.
oh yeah.
I love the Miz.
Yeah, like I kind of don't mess with this whole robe thing and the glasses that he's
I
wearing.
want the old school Miz to come back. I agree, and I think that they're gonna bring it back for him if this is his last.
Yeah.
Last.
And his mohawk. That's kind of came on too. That was classic Miz. I just started
Because he
too.
went Hollywood, baby.
Yeah,
That's
he went
why.
Hollywood.
That was the change.
Hollywood changes you, man. Hollywood changes you.
Yep.
But who do you guys got for winning this match? I don't think you guys mentioned your winners.
I got
here.
Miz.
Miz.
I'm gonna throw Miz in right now. I think this is his last setup.
Perfect. Cool. I think we're all on the same page on this one too. The first one we all got together this time. I believe this is not listed on their site, but I believe Shinsuke and Sammy are competing this Saturday. I think didn't Sammy win like a title match opportunity?
Yes.
I believe so. He did
I believe so. Last SmackDown.
last SmackDown.
It was like a
was it at
gauntlet.
day one or was it for SmackDown this week?
I don't
I
even
think
know.
it's day one.
It's at day one.
I
Let me
don't know.
double check.
Maybe Sammy, just because of the push he's gotten lately.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't
Probably
see it on the
like
site, but I think they hyped it up for the pay per view. I'm not 100% sure.
No, yeah, it should be. On
If they're
pay-per-view.
fighting, it's Sami Zayn.
Okay, let's talk about it anyway, just in case, because I don't know if it's happening
Yeah.
on the pay
I
per view.
say Sammy.
You say
just
Sammy?
because of the push
I
he's had
agree with you.
lately. Shinsuke's a filler right now. I don't think they're gonna. He doesn't have a storyline. There's no place for him at the moment.
Yeah.
Probably just they're gonna give it to Sami Zayn. So,
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like they haven't done much with Shinsuke to begin with. I mean, it's basically been just him just with the title. I don't think he's defended it in months. So this is like not the best run he's had. I think it's about time that he loses it and have someone else defend it and hold it. What about you guys? What about Mikey, Joel?
I'm gonna create a little bit of a hot take here. I think they're going to give the title to Sammy and bye Shinsuke from WWE. I think they're going to release him. Honestly, they cannot find what to do with Shinsuke.
I agree with you.
They just cannot
There's
find.
I won't be
what to do.
surprised, honestly. I won't be surprised.
I don't want it to happen, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen.
Especially if we're gonna get The Rock at some point still. The rumors are still flying, and they're trying to budget the money out currently. That's why they dropped. That's still why I think they dropped so many people.
Yeah, has to be.
They're gonna get rid of him too. So you're right. I agree with you.
It would be such a wonderful day, the day they release Shinsuke. Because wow, I cannot wait for the day for them to just buy Shinsuke. I cannot wait. Because they have been holding my man down for how many years has it been?
I think like
You can go to
five?
Five, yeah,
Five. Since he's been there. He killed on NXT. He came up. He had the one match with AJ at 34, which people shit on it. I still think it was a great match. What happens is people compare it to the other one. If you don't have nothing to compare it with, it was a great match.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Then after that, just down. Yeah, they gave him championships and stuff, but like
It's just
never
like
was at that height again.
like please don't go. He's a title. Like we'll give you a
Yeah,
title.
it was more like that. And I think if they release him, oh man, that's gonna be a scary man on the indie scene
Oh hell yeah.
and in Japan.
In Japan, that's what I was gonna think too.
Yo.
Like,
yes.
like that would be
telling you,
awesome.
That would be
that definitely
dope as
be
hell.
hype.
I wouldn't be because I thought the same thing, especially that he put out like a tweet and then deleted it, and people were like, "Oh, he's leaving." I think that's just the start of it.
But we did think the same thing about Owens leaving.
Yeah,
We did think the same thing. That he wasn't going to resign.
Owens was more like when he re-signed, it wasn't as shocking because it was like,
Owens always will have a place, even if he claims that he doesn't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to leave it at that. Because he bitches and complains a lot, but they do give him a lot. I feel like they do.
And that's true.
I do think he deserves more though.
He does, you're right, but
Yeah.
he does get a lot more than a lot of people do that are also very deserving. So
honestly, I want to see that 2015 heel Kevin Owens.
That's what I'm like.
That's what I want.
That's what I'm patiently waiting for. That's what I'm patiently that one moment where he just goes off on everybody. Because as of right now, but it's the whole story. I mean, I know we're going a little bit too far ahead, but like this whole thing that he's going on with this feud, it's like he's kind of giving me that whole Jericho and Owens vibe again with Rollins.
Yep.
Yes.
It's giving me the same vibe a little bit, and I'm like, until they just go back to the 2015 Kevin Owens, and they did not give a fuck about anything he said. Like he just did anything he wanted to. He just said anything he wanted to, and that was like the perfect Kevin Owens I could have seen. But again, like I'm just hoping until that one day he just snaps and just does whatever he wants instead of just doing a whole comedic thing that he's going on the side.
Yeah,
So
I mean we had it for a little bit. I want to say was it 2017 with the whole him versus Shane thing.
Yes.
Is that 17 or 18?
Yes, that's 17.
And he started wearing this suit. We got it a little bit. We didn't get it to the full extent, but we got like a little sprinkle of it. We need it back, especially now that he's re-signed. We need it.
Yeah,
I feel like they're gonna bring it back too. It's gonna slowly come back, but it'll come back.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. I think that's what they're gonna eventually. I think when he re-signed, I have a feeling because like, oh, let's just do it my way, and let me just do what I want, and then I'll give you what you need. You know, like if you want me to do this, I'll do it, but let me take part in it, and do what he wants to do. So that way, it's like a mutual thing instead of just giving just what Vince wants.
And he's been in a lot of big storylines since he's been there. So him re-signing was more okay. I get it. Shinsuke needs to go.
Yeah,
needs to go.
Shinsuke.
Like yo, you had him win the Royal Rumble. You had two Japanese stars win the Rumble, and you had both take the L, and one was undefeated.
That was
smoking crack. That's what they were doing.
The minute I think they messed up with Shinsuke was not even a loss to AJ Styles, but the minute you turned them heel. Why did you do that?
And then
if he comes out and everybody is singing his theme song, why are you turning this guy heel? I just don't understand. Ever since then, it's just been downhill. They didn't know what to do with him. Then you try to turn him back face. It's already too late. It's already too late.
And he has so much momentum when he came up, like debuting against the Miz, like
it was a big deal. They made it a big deal.
And he killed it. Then he won the Rumble. He was doing everything right, and then, like you said, once he turned heel, it was never the same.
And then they made that whole gimmick, like him trying to like low blow AJ Styles every match they had.
Don't even get me
started.
Don't even get me started.
Yeah. And then it was like that was unnecessary.
Like it was cool. It was cool at Mania because it was like, that was the heel turn.
Yeah.
But then it was just like,
it got tiring.
Is this all you're doing? Yeah, exactly. It was like, is this all that's happening right now?
Is that like his thing now? He low blows everyone. It's like, come on, that's not like. Like I thought they were gonna give like a new name, like Low Blow Nakamura or something.
Yeah,
I don't know, something completely different out of the park.
Some shit they would do too, which is crazy.
Trademark, like,
oh my god.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know. That kind of went a little bit downfall. I wouldn't be like you said. I wouldn't be surprised if they just one day released him right after.
Yeah, and I'm
let
gonna
him
say
go.
he's probably down for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
he
I'm
probably
pretty
wants
sure
to
he's
leave.
saying
He's
like,
probably like, let's go.
yeah,
Let's
Like,
go. Let me go hit up the Tokyo Dome. I'm chilling. You crazy? He's a god in New Japan. He'll go back and just fit in right easy.
like who knows? Like, what if his contract ends like in January? We don't know. I don't know what his contract is like.
That'd be
But
insane.
imagine if his contract ends up in January, then we see him in Japan at the end of January. Like who
Yeah.
knows? That would be a great return.
I would,
Um,
to be honest.
That would be amazing. That'd be awesome to see. But again, we don't know. I don't think. I feel like Sammy's gonna win it. I wouldn't be surprised if Shinsuke left right after.
Yep.
But I got with Sammy winning this though.
Yeah, I got Sammy too.
Sammy too.
Yeah, Sammy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
But he's doing his thing. He's probably the
He
biggest
is.
heel right now.
Oh yeah.
And I give it to him. I give it to
And
him.
I'm thinking of a direction where they can do with this too. Because originally I have heard like rumors of like him starting like a faction or something. But I'm thinking they're scrapping that. I think because
I hope so.
Yeah, because of what I've heard, I don't know if I
so
mentioned this on
tired.
here.
If you're gonna make a faction, just give me another NWO. I'm so
Yeah.
tired of this shit. Like these like weird like culty things that they keep putting. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
people are gonna love this. Do NWO, revive that shit. Either men or women. I still stand by Liv
Yeah.
Morgan being
Yeah.
freaking female NWO leader.
Yeah.
But I'm so tired of these weird little faction things. Give me NWO or give me individual. I do not care anymore. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry. I had
It's
to.
okay. No
He had to let it be
Yeah,
said.
you have to
about
let it
the
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
It
He's
had
like,
to
get
be
the
said.
fuck out of here. Let him
Has
know. Let him know, Gino.
Factions don't work. Factions don't work. People
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
like that.
I'm glad they're scrapping this one because from what I've read, it's like it was supposed to be like a new like authority figure with Sammy and Adam Pearce and like I think an NXT star, but I think they're just scrapping that whole idea now. But I wouldn't be like I think it might still happen. They're just rumors. I think I'm not
Chill,
sure.
hopefully not.
I hope not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know. They can easily switch their minds within like a split second. So
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know.
of course.
So yeah, so I hope. I mean, still think it's his time anyways. Whether it's just a faction or not, just have him win the title and then
Yeah.
just have him do his thing. Have him been put into matches. So from what I remember, right when the pandemic hit, he was a champion.
Yep.
The IC champion. And then he stayed. They had that was when AJ Styles won it because they had to, I think he wanted to quarantine and not be competing with COVID.
Yeah.
So I think he dropped the title and then it was vacant. So from what I was thinking, that maybe he was supposed to enter Mania that year as champion, and that's what they're doing with him again this year, because it didn't happen, last year or the year before. So that's what I'm thinking they're making out for, maybe, just to give him that one more, just give him a push for Mania.
Yeah.
Have it be like a 6-person match, ladder match or whatever.
At
Mania.
ladder matches at Mania.
Yes. I miss those. I low key miss.
Especially when it's for the IC belts. I love it.
Yeah. I think the last time they did it was when Ryder won it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
Wow.
And what a match that was.
Yeah.
Great.
Not a great moment the day after, but that specific moment.
Nah, but awesome. at the time, chill, because the next day that's when we got Maurice back.
Yes.
It was a great.
Forgot about that.
And because it was Miz, I kind of gave it an okay.
Yeah.
If it was anybody else, I'd be like, come on, why? But it was Miz. So
yeah.
And what happened and that was like the trend those couple years, because I think the Miz won it at WrestleMania 29, like the pre-show, and then the next night lost in the Izod Center. To Barrett. And then I think it happened at 31 again, whoever won the IC title on the pre-show, and then it happened again on 32. Thank God that trend ended, because wow.
there were so many trends.
It was just like, whoa, nice. You thought you had to push. Sorry, buddy.
But that moment was genuine though. That everyone was going crazy over Ryder.
Yo.
Everyone wanted that, and everyone was glad to see that happen.
I will tell you right now, I was in that crowd. That place went insane when Ryder just pushed him off.
And his dad winning, that was so cool. His dad just ran in there, gave him
what a guy. What
Damn,
a guy.
That was something. That was something.
Long Island IZ, baby.
But was it in New York? Wait, that was 30.
That was in Dallas.
No, that was in Dallas.
I was gonna say that was the next year in New
AT&T.
York. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
another,
it was
the one
35
in,
that he won the tag belts with.
with Hawk. Yes,
Yeah.
that was the one. So I hope they bring back that IC ladder match again. I
Yeah,
think it'll
that'd
be
be
cool to
dope.
see. There's a lot of talent SmackDown they could use for that. So hopefully they can at least do something. I don't know.
Do they have enough talent, or is
I
everybody
could
like
probably
released?
name a few. I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's released, but if Shinsuke stays, he'll be in it. Like,
They'll scrap together people.
yeah, they
But
just do
I
that
see,
Cesaro
but I
thing.
see it's believable because it's a. I hate saying the mid card belt, but it's like the second tier men's championship. So anybody could really win that belt. You know what I mean?
Imagine they add like Ricochet in there.
Yeah, go in there and do your flips, man. But
Yeah, they're definitely gonna add
you're not
Ricochet.
winning, no.
Yeah,
That's how they treat him, man. That's how they treat him.
Every
Right.
single match
Like,
has
all
a
right,
big
like,
up.
you go in there, do a couple flips, lose again, and then don't show up for another 3 weeks. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all we need you for. You're doing
in
good.
every ladder match, there's always one guy that just goes through the ladder and never gets back up. It's gonna be Ricochet. Ricochet's gonna go straight through that.
It used to be Kofi, now it's Ricochet.
Yeah,
I
was just about to say that.
Now it's Ricochet.
It was who started the trend was Shelton, and it was like, Shelton, just go out there and do flips, man. And then it was
you know who else was like that? Evan Bourne.
Yeah,
John,
it was just like
John Morrison,
Sin Cara, all
but
these
at least
guys.
John Morrison sometimes had a storyline. Evan Bourne, they
Yeah,
used to like go do your thing and then leave. Little Jim, this man, get out of here.
Yeah.
Evan Bourne never had a storyline.
Never had.
Go hit the shooting star and then just roll out. We don't need you.
Like every 5 seconds, just Evan Bourne out the corner again.
And then once everybody else started doing the shooting star, it was just like, okay, we don't need you no more, Evan.
Yeah, I was like,
you're not special no more.
Yeah.
Like, do your thing.
Oh, it's just a common move now.
Then everyone starts flipping for no reason.
Funny.
But yeah, like, he's that guy that does it. Like once Kofi leaves, I think he's gonna be the next one to just like do like handstands outside the Rumble.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Then just
no doubt.
Definitely be the acrobatic guy.
That one athletic dude that's able to pull that shit off.
Yeah. But hey, Kofi got a championship later in his career, so
he did.
So there's a hope for Ricochet.
Kofi's one of the few players I think that like legit has a career, like, you know what I mean, like a strong, cool one. Not talking about like the legends like Hardy and everybody. That's not what I mean. But like Kofi, out of all of that group in that era, he's the one that was like he made it out. He made it out the hood, if you will.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Okay, I agree.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
He did. It was just like I think he did make it out, and I want to say he got lucky, but like I think they had something.
You know why? Because Kofi had personality. There was a charisma and a character to Kofi that was able to carry out for all of these years, while people like Evan Bourne or fucking Ricochet, there is just
nothing for them.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They're like fucking white bread. Like there's nothing.
The only way, literally the only way I can think of that can have Ricochet at least improve or get the frowns over is just bring back his Prince Puma gimmick. That's the only way I can think of, is to bring that back. Like,
but I also have a way too. Just give him some wins.
He can get the amount of wins and people
just
still
give him a win or two. You know,
yeah.
we know he's gonna go out there and do a flip, but he's gonna lose. Why get invested? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is
like,
true. But I think it's a character. It's a character though.
Like Ricochet reminds me of like a DC character in Suicide Squad that everyone's like, oh god, you know what I mean? Like, why is he here? Like that's what he kind of reminds me. It sounds so mean to say.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's so nice. But like, unless they give him some sort of personality to his character, it's brutal. Even if he's like super cool to watch, you're like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, I feel the same exact way for Mustafa Ali. Like,
oh my,
Noel's gonna throw hands.
Yeah.
Another one.
Like he's also someone that's like he can do all the flips and stuff, but it's like that's all I'm seeing. I don't see anything else from him. Like that's all I see is flips, and he's not going anywhere. He's had Retribution, that didn't go well. He had his whole cruiserweight thing. That was his best work, I think, his cruiserweight run, and that was pretty much it. Everything then it's like, what are they doing with him?
He showed that he can play a character though.
Yeah, that's true.
I think if they just give him the right storyline, I think he can pull it off.
Because he can work though. I agree with that. He can work, but he did excel that Retribution thing. It was just a stupid gimmick.
Yeah, that wasn't his fault. Honestly.
Yeah. I don't blame him for that.
It's a shame when you have good wrestlers or like good potential characters with no storyline or like a proper character.
And they try to bring
That
him back
sucks.
by saying like,
I
"Oh,
think
no
that
one
if
likes me because
he
of who I
gets
am."
something, I think if he gets something strong, he could potentially be like one of the top like higher tier people for sure.
Oh yeah,
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
I agree with you on that too, Joel, for sure. Because I don't hate Mustafa Ali. I think that he has potential, but they're not giving him what he needs.
yeah.
It's like with the Street Profits and everybody else that we've been talking about, there's no one starting off strong storyline wise for them to like move forward. So
Yeah.
And the man can talk. Have you heard?
Yeah,
And
he
that's
does.
what I mean. He
like
You know what?
Ricochet can't
To
talk.
be honest, if you want to give Ricochet Ali as a manager, I'm down with it.
that's smart.
I'm
Put him as a
down
tag
with
team or something. Put him as a
We're,
team. I
we're
don't
the
care.
Forgottens.
Yeah.
Make them a tag team if you want. They're the
Yeah.
Forgottens.
That's smart. That's smart.
But it's
Yeah.
how you put them together too. You can't just throw them together and say, okay, hey, we're gonna put
No,
these two
you
guys.
have it lead up
Yeah.
every like on
Oh yeah,
Raw.
I agree.
Because they've been fighting. Yo, they have a storyline together on
Yeah.
main event. I'll tell you right now, I've just seen the clips of it. I'm not clicking on main event. So why? Right? Is it main event?
Main
That they
event.
still
Yeah, I
do?
think they're both on. I think they're both on SmackDown though.
Yeah, but but there's a
Main
show that
event?
they. Is
Main
it main
event?
event that they
Yeah.
filmed
Yeah,
beforehand?
it's main event. It's main
Yeah,
event.
that they've been having a storyline for like a couple weeks, and
They
they just
did.
been going,
They did.
and they're having good matches.
Yeah.
I'll tell you straight
Very
up.
good.
I just been seeing clips of it, but they look incredible. You can build that into why don't we just team up? We're better together than apart. If we're separate, we're on main event. If we're together,
Yeah.
we could dominate the tag division.
Yeah. And then
Somebody
like
put this on
Ricochet is
the
not
Ricochet
opposed to it.
talk.
Yes.
Let Ali do all the talking. You're good.
Yeah.
That's the smartest thing I think I've ever heard. Not for
Like,
nothing.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
you give
Joel
them-
comes up with the best ideas.
Put them
Like,
on a
he-
creative team. There you go. You saved WWE.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you give them the mindset of what they call that, the Napoleon mindset. That like even
Napoleon
in the,
complex.
what's up?
He's in Napoleon complex, and that was
Yeah,
short.
that's like even though we're not the biggest guys, we're
Yeah.
gonna run this yard,
Yeah.
and you let that.
I feel like they
You-
could though. That's the thing. If they're together, you see, this is what I'm saying. Apart, it's very difficult. I think Ricochet's boring, and Mustafa Ali is sold short constantly. But if they're together,
It works.
Yep.
Same thing. The same
Compliment
thing
each
that I
other.
thought about with Garza and Carrillo. Like both of them, I thought they were like. I think both of them were great competitors, but by themselves, they were like. I didn't really feel that their gimmick, their characters, but together they're amazing,
Yeah.
Yes.
and
I
it works if
agree
you put them
completely.
together. I think the same thing could happen with Ali
Yeah,
and Ricochet. Just put them
yeah, 'cause
together. They could fit together.
Carrillo, wow, that guy.
Yeah, both of them are amazing in the
This
ring.
water bottle is more interesting than him. that just
Yes.
tells you, because wow. And
But
then he
honestly-
debuted with that bad haircut. It was just bad. at the
Honestly, I
start.
feel like Angel Garza could really be something. If
Yeah.
WWE were
No.
to push him, he got the look, the skill. I feel like he really could be something.
Yeah.
And people keep comparing him to the next Eddie. Don't compare him to the next Eddie.
no.
Let Eddie be. It was
Eddie
only
is
one
Eddie.
Eddie.
Every
Yeah.
time you have someone that's Spanish, it does not mean they're Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Everyone
Right.
knows
Yeah.
that's
Joel
Let
Joel
him
Eddie
be
is
Angel
Eddie.
Garza.
Joel-
Don't let him be Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero will forever just be Eddie Guerrero. No
Yeah.
one will ever compare to him.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
definitely. But he does give off that aura that he kind of has that same personality than him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That with
yeah,
the
you can
Latino
see-
heat
Yeah.
stuff.
There's an inspiration, but
Oh yeah,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
yes, there's a difference.
And he's dope in the ring.
Can talk.
He's somebody that I feel like you could put him in the ring with anybody, he's gonna have a good match.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's only
Mhm.
certain people that you could say that about. And like you say, he could talk. He has everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about him that they're not using him.
because no
Yeah.
one is being utilized, and
WWE.
focus on the same
That's-
six people.
yeah.
That's why.
That's why I'm glad they put him in a tag team. Better than have a tag team than just not using them at all and not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad they did in a tag team. They're cousins in real life apparently.
Oh
So,
really? Oh shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
apparently
yeah.
they're cousins.
That's kind of dope.
So I think that's good and a good thing. They obviously know each other literally their whole entire lives. I'm assuming,
Yeah.
obviously, but so
And
I'm glad
it-
they're using it as a tag team than by themselves.
Yeah,
That's
that
tough.
explains now the chemistry that they have. Every
Yeah.
time they would go one on one, it was like, oh shit! Like, damn, take it easy,
Yeah.
guys. You're
Yeah.
on Raw, relax in the Thunderdome. Take it easy.
yeah.
Ain't
Main
nobody
event, take it
there.
easy.
Yeah, main event. Take it easy.
How many more matches are there? I feel like This is
I don't know because.
Oh yeah, we've just been going on to
Oh
side.
yeah,
yeah,
we-
I forgot about the card. Yeah, I completely forgot about the card.
I was like, oh,
I
Thank you.
went off
Thank
track.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Gina.
Yeah.
Wait, so there's 1, 2,
She
3.
keeps
There's
it in
4
check.
more. There's 4
She
more. We
keeps
can get through it.
in check.
Yeah.
What's the next one? We'll do the next one quick.
New Day. We're on tag teams. New Day versus Usos. SmackDown tag titles.
New Day.
New
I was
Day.
gonna say Usos. I guess it's
Usos.
What?
They're
I
not
think
taking
Usos.
they're not taking the belts off of the Uso until they're ready to take the belts off of Roman.
Yeah,
That's how
so
I
that's what
feel.
I'm thinking. As long as Roman has
yeah.
the belt, the Usos are gonna keep the belt on them too.
I don't know. I don't
That's
know
what I think.
because
You-
like we were talking about before, if you want to keep this little spicy and have a build up to Mania,
Thank you,
New Day's
Gina.
gonna win.
Thank you, Gina.
You're welcome.
We're a little spicy.
I
You
feel
need him to
like
come. You need him to come next Friday and be like, y'all disappointed me. Y'all shouldn't even be in this family. Y'all better make it up to me
Unless
and prove that you
it'll
should be by my side.
If you want to spice up the Roman storyline, absolutely. Joel's right.
And
That's
then
what he
that's
needs right now.
and if you want to have it lead up to The Rock, come in and being like, yo,
You start at day one.
why you bullying my little dudes like that? Take
Okay,
it easy.
I
You know what I
can
mean?
see
Like,
that.
that's
I can
family.
see
You
that.
don't-
Yep.
You don't ever treat family like that, and then that's when you have,
Like Rock is gonna check his power trip.
yup.
Like,
coming.
the
But no,
plan I
it-
had for this match and why they're winning is because I think their brother is going to get called up, and he'd be involved in
really?
the story. Yeah, I feel like eventually, because there's no way you can't like not acknowledge the brother in NXT and say he's not part of this thing.
I see how you said
No.
that.
I was
You
no pun
acknowledge him?
intended. No pun intended. But-
Here's my take on it. I think what Joel saying was right. Also, just because he also just lost Paul Heyman and then he flipped on the Usos, that's going to show his downfall. Okay, like Roman, you're pushing away everybody that wanted to be beside you. So
Yep.
Joel, you got me leaning towards the New Day now, but I
I
still
think
think it's
I
going to be the
still think
Usos.
New Day.
And
But
also, then you got the Big E New Day all titles. You know what I mean? Holding the titles.
Yeah,
That's
but I
good.
think
Yeah.
It's a
because
two birds, one stone deal.
I think without Paul, I think if you just prove that Roman and the Usos can do everything without Paul, then that would be I would be cool with that. Imagine still dominating, still doing the thing without Paul. You know, I think they should just go in that direction, wing it, have them all retain the championships, have them a big push, no Paul around. They don't need someone to talk for them. They don't need someone to do everything for them. And if they can prove that, then that proves that Roman can still do everything he can do without Paul. You know, like I think that it was a great decision to put Paul with Roman, but I think they're trying to need to show the fans that he can also do it without Paul.
But
You know,
I also felt like Paul was getting just a little bit out of place because, see, when Paul was with Brock Lesnar did not talk at all. He would bounce around the ring, look intimidating. Paul would do all the talking. Now that you got Roman Reigns who can talk, and Paul's just sitting in the background, it's like, all right, what are we doing with him? He's the wise guy, but you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing with him? So
Wait, so before I ask Nick, I have a question for you. But before I ask this, who does everybody have winning this match?
still
New
the
Day.
Usos.
New Day.
Usos.
Usos. Okay, 2 Usos, 2 New Day.
I have New
Cool.
Day.
We're gonna jump into the next match. Do you really think Roman Reigns fired Paul Heyman?
No.
I was
No, I
thinking
think
that,
it's all a
Joel.
smooth. I low-key at the back of my mind, I know they're gonna like swerve this and have Paul Heyman just cost Brock the match. I think it's a swerve move.
He's gonna be like anything for my tribal chief.
Yeah.
So it's coming.
I see it in a way of like Paul Heyman just like doing it to try to win back Roman, but Roman's just not having it. So that way it's not really like, he's not turning heel for Brock, but he's kind of helping Roman win without actually getting back with Roman.
Because when Paul does that run-in on Saturday, everyone's gonna think he's on Brock's side.
Yep.
that is true.
And
Yep.
he's still gonna be with his tribal chief.
Yep.
I think
No.
so.
I can
I don't
see
know
it.
why
I can
it's
see
so
it.
funny. It just always makes me laugh. They're like he simps for Roman Reigns. I'm like, I mean,
He does.
yeah.
He does.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
I am Paul Heyman in this situation. I'm looking for this man, but it's just so funny to me. 'Cause he's like anything for my tribal chief. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, he does. He said
Every,
anything
every
with my tribal
sentence, every sentence ends with my tribal chief. Every
Yes.
sentence he
Yes,
says,
yeah.
it doesn't matter what he's
That's
talking
what I'm
about.
saying. He's still with him. He's still gonna be there.
Yeah, I
And
think
that's,
so.
and that's where it gets us into our next match, Roman and Brock. By the way, would you have the main event the show?
Yeah.
Of course.
You want to do the Fatal 4-Way?
Nope.
I made the second to
Them
last.
two alone is bigger
I
than
would start off with the Fatal 4-Way. Actually,
I was gonna say that either
I
the
would start it off.
second to last or first match of the night. Either one would be fine with me.
I would start it off.
If that match happens, because they have COVID apparently, so I don't know if Seth is gonna be there.
Right.
We don't know how long he's been out for. Apparently, it happened this past weekend, so it could be out. We don't
Wait,
know.
who was this?
Seth.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Happy. Yeah, because he said happy quarantine.
Yeah, he said happy COVID Christmas.
Also,
Becky. That's also a big
that's
thing.
also the next match we'll talk about. But yeah. Okay,
but,
so you wouldn't put this main event?
No, I would. I agree with Mikey. I think it should be either first. It should be the first match or the second to last. Either one. I don't care. But let's say if all four of them are competing and all of them are still going to be there, who do you have guys winning this match? What do you think?
Okay. Who do I want to win? Of course, the Drip Lord, Seth Rollins. But they're not taking the belt off of Big E, not yet.
No, they're gonna give it to him for a little bit longer because it's well deserved. He's well liked with the belt. It was highly anticipated by the fans. They're gonna keep Big E with the belt for a little bit longer at least.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Joel looks like
I see
I
agree. I think the closest somebody will get though is Bobby. I think Bobby will be the closest to winning the match.
Yeah.
But they gotta keep it with Big E, and I think Big E's
gonna have it till Mania.
Yeah, he'll drop it at Mania.
Yeah.
But
that would be his.
I think I want him to drop it to.
Who?
Let's see. Kevin Owens.
That would be mad.
If they bring back that heel Kevin Owens against that lovable Big E, man, think of that storyline. Because with him and Bobby, it's just like they're doing their thing, but something is just not clicking. I don't know what it is. It's just I don't know. I just can't get into it. But if you bring that heel Kevin Owens and that lovable Big E, man,
it's a smart pairing, not for nothing.
Because
Kevin Owens is so well liked, even as a heel. On top of it, so the crowd would be fucking
yes.
Mikey took the idea right out of my mouth. It's the same thing. I think Owens wins the Royal Rumble. I think he re-signed for a reason. I think they were like, hey, you know what? If you stay, we'll get you in the title picture more.
Exactly. It's like that wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, but he still deserves it. But I think that would be a great person to take it off of. You need a heel to take it off of Big E, unless you do a babyface versus babyface match. Yeah,
because what I had envisioned, like I know Big E's gonna win. I know they're gonna have Big E keep the title on him for day one. But who I want to win, I wanted Kevin Owens to win on Saturday. Have him take off on Saturday, and then I don't want to get too far in advance, but just put pay-per-views and stuff like that. But I think that for the Royal Rumble winner, I think it's going to be AJ Styles winning the Rumble and having them two go one-on-one for the title at Mania.
He could use it. AJ Styles could use it. He could use it.
That match right there, I'll fly to Dallas the day before to watch that match live in person.
Yeah, me too.
Yo, if you're giving me AJ versus
let's go,
Kevin,
Mikey. Let's go.
If you're giving me AJ versus Kevin, I will book my flight to Dallas right now. If they told me AJ and Kevin,
all fly together.
Let's go. Yeah, that's all for it. If that happens, it's all for it.
What? I would be reported. We will be reported live, baby, from that. Are you kidding me?
All in the same place.
Wow. Because that's a great match.
That is.
That's a great WrestleMania match.
That is.
Yes.
And I wouldn't mind either way. Like I don't care who wins that match, but that's the dream match I want for Mania. Have Kevin win this Saturday. Have Big E do his own thing. I'm pretty sure they'll figure something out for Big E to not put him down or anything. But have Kevin Owens win, AJ Styles the Rumble, and then have them two face off at Mania, or especially either day, main event either day. So I think that'd be
fucking 2 days.
Yeah, there's 2 days.
Forgot about that.
Yeah,
we had
a whole conversation.
I was like, either day. What is he talking about?
Yeah,
forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Big E keeps it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely Big E. Definitely Big E.
Yeah.
Definitely. So last match of the card, Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan.
Morgan.
It's Morgan's time.
Let's go.
Guys.
I don't care what anybody says. I know that we were talking about people, keep a shit, whatever. Like, there's not going to be any big surprises. We're going to start the year off with Liv Morgan, and we're going to build her up. That's what's happening. I'm telling you right now. And you can argue it and say Becky's going to win. It's going to build her up to want to be here at Mania or some shit like that. Screw that. I think that people are tired of Becky. I think that we're going to give it to Liv, keep building Liv up, and then she's going to have a new opponent at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like a situation to where it's someone wins the Rumble, like a new up-and-comer wins the Rumble, and then have the storyline based off like two up-and-comers.
Exactly.
And then base it off of that.
And
but I got Liv too, I think.
I love the passion, Gina. I
hope
it.
she's not. Morgan NWL. I want it so bad.
Yeah.
Hire me and do it.
I think she deserves it.
She does.
I think she deserves it. I think she's gonna win it this weekend. I think she should. And I think Becky needs to take some time away from the title picture.
Yeah.
Of course, they'll give her whole storyline and whatever you want to do with her. But yeah, just take her away from the title picture.
Yes,
I'll be fine with that.
Like honestly, like I wouldn't mind seeing Liv Morgan win it at any point, but I would rather see her win it this Saturday than at Mania.
Yeah. It kind of fucks up my theory because I had Tony Storm winning the Rumble and fighting Liv at Mania. But give it to somebody else getting called up. Give me Dakota Kai versus Liv Morgan.
Yeah, Tony Storm
I think that would be dope.
I'm surprised Dakota Kai hasn't been called up yet.
I think she is. I think she will.
I think this should be. I think the women's Rumble should have somebody getting called up at the same time as winning.
Yeah,
I think that gives them like, ooh, like, oh shit.
Like we've seen people. Yeah, we've seen people get called up through the Rumble, but we've never seen them win it.
It would be like kind of like reminiscent of like a Rock or Cena moment if we had, especially in the female wrestling world. If you had someone come up and then they win the Rumble and you're like, holy shit.
I think it's better to have it in like a women's match than a men's match because it gives more spotlight to
and
the
it hasn't happened yet.
I think this is the year for it to happen.
And they need, and what I think why I want Liv Morgan to win it so much, I just think the women's division just need a spice up. They need to build another star. To me, besides Bianca Belair on that Raw women's division, I don't really see anybody else. You know, Liv Morgan, of course, but I just feel like they really need to build up. Becky is always going to be Becky. They don't have to build up Becky.
I think Becky should just like take the time to give Becky chance to just build up other stars on Raw before before they just have like a Rhea Ripley go out at Rumble or Doudrop or somebody new. I don't know, but just give her time to build up somebody else before they do so.
Yeah, they got to build up more of the women's division. Yeah. Let Becky go for a little while. Let her do her thing. Let her have her moments with her baby. Like, all kidding aside, like, you just had a kid. You know what I mean? Like, you just had a kid. Give the spotlight to new wrestlers to come up and do what they're doing. And then when you start making a name for themselves, introduce her back into the picture as Becky that we like, not whatever freaking Becky Two Belts or whatever the hell has been going on.
And I was just about this. I feel like Becky lost that edge.
Or whatever. Let her gain her edge back. Let her have let her have her comeback moment instead of this bullshit comeback moment she had with Bianca Belair. Give her a real one after people started building up again. You know what I mean? The women's division needs a break from her. And I was a fan of Becky Lynch for a long time. Give Liv the spotlight, let new people get built up, and then bring Becky back when it's time. That's the way they should do it right now.
Yeah, you don't really need her right now.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's just all about getting that edge back in Becky. That's why we all loved her so much. She just had that, okay, I'm going to take what I want.
Yeah,
now it's like, okay, I got what I want, and I'm just chilling now. And it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just need that edge back in Becky. So
I think
time away from that title will do that.
The whole SummerSlam thing, that kind of ruined it for everybody.
It pissed everybody off, and rightfully so.
And then all of a sudden, she became the McGregor character. I was just like, this is bad.
Yeah, that's another reason.
It doesn't fit her. No. It doesn't fit her.
It does not fit her at all.
Like, the man was cool. It was just enough for me. But then when she came back second time with this like big coat and this like Hollywood and like McGregor, I was like,
yeah, they're trying too hard for this.
They tried too much. Like that whole Amazon vibe she was giving off, I just didn't like it.
And I've never seen somebody gain so much momentum in one night and lose it within a span of 5 minutes. Yep. She came back, the crowd was hyped. She hit that great value version of Rock Bottom. And all that momentum just went right out the window. It was like, okay, Becky, whatever. You get what you want, huh?
Yeah, that was terrible. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe they did that shit.
I know.
It's been how many months already?
Like, I don't know. Or
it seemed like it happened.
No one's gonna get over that.
Yeah.
No, that was disgusting.
But the one good thing is Bianca Belair is so much of a star, it didn't really derail her momentum. Like she still will always be Bianca Belair. So
yeah. I agree.
And that's what I think too. I don't think it was that bad of a bury, but like
no, it was just a bad moment. It was just
a bad moment. It wasn't
a big, but it didn't affect her that much, you know.
Yeah. And she's going to get it back eventually. Let's be honest. She's
not for nothing. Like hypothetically, if we were to completely shake up the division, if we had Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan, that'd be pretty fucking cool too.
That would.
Like
Liv via a heel. No, flip Liv.
Okay, I can see that. You don't want to flip
Bianca just yet. Maybe
I do. I want to
face Bianca and have them have a one-on-one. That shit would go crazy. Oh my god.
I still think that we should still see Bianca as a heel because we never had the chance to see that. Because like I've said this multiple times in the past, she got called up to the main roster way too soon. And I think she was just about to get her big time as a heel in NXT. Yep. And then they just called her up as a babyface.
But she has so much of a poster face,
and she can do a lot better as a heel. She's got the heel look. She's got the heel attitude.
Unless we have her and it ends up being a one with Liv Morgan, but I'm just gonna keep saying it until it happens. I'm sorry, I want it to happen so goddamn bad.
I'm still saying you don't want to flip Bianca until you break up the Street Profits and you have her and Ford go on a heel reign. Of the Mr. and Mrs. of WWE.
I was talking about this before, like in the beginning when we were talking about Street Profits. I said they basically just beat Bianca Belair them, like they kind of threw them all together. So I agree with that.
Yeah, I think it would be dope. I think the power couple of the WWE, a new power couple, that's lit. Cool. As two brand new faces.
Yeah,
we've never seen it. We've seen them on screen together a little bit.
The only thing about that scares me though is, whenever couples happen in WWE, they tend to undermine the women in the couple. And I feel like Bianca Belair is such a strong character that it's a little scary to have her, unless it's like something brand new where you have like Ford be the one that's a little like
the one that's behind.
I still think they get the champion. I'd still say that's how Ford gets his title and they have the championships together.
But I feel like in that relationship, they would have to do it where you have Bianca Belair being the front person rather than the one that the stand behind in the couple, because it's like Miz and Maurice, like Maurice is usually behind Miz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also felt like they tried that with Seth and Becky too.
Oh, but that was just bad. That was bad.
Because Becky had such a strong personality, it just like it automatically just took over Seth's. And so
that's what I'm saying. I don't want that.
Title was just on the background, like, okay, Seth got the champion, but let's pay attention to Becky Lynch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was just that whole thing was just bad, like Joel said. Then they did the whole thing with Corbin and who what's
Lacey
her name?
Evans.
Lacey Evans.
Oh man, I forgot they had that storyline with Lacey.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a little scary to have her in a relationship setting for WWE. I mean, I'm not against it, but they have to execute it right because she's so strong and prominent and a great character standing alone that giving her a relationship, like, you really have to execute it correctly for it to like work, you know.
And this would be the first time they would have a power couple that's actually both dominant.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's usually just
they had that chance with Seth and Becky.
Yeah.
They didn't do that one wrong.
Exactly.
That one was just one was tough.
But I just think
it was tough. It was the run that
it was a weird run. They were both baby faces.
It was the run that Rollins was on, and then Becky just came and took over it, and it was just like everybody was just like, Rollins. Like, it was like how Mikey said he got pushed to the side. That was just like that ruined his whole run. So you know what I mean?
It's also because Seth didn't have a purpose behind his character. It was like, okay, I beat Brock Lesnar.
That was it.
Now?
That was it.
You know, Becky had the thing was, okay, I'm taking over.
Yeah.
Seth was just, all right, I beat Brock at WrestleMania.
Exactly. So if you have Montez and Bianca on the same path of we're taking over, I think it would work.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And then you give them both time to shine cutting promos.
Completely agree. Completely.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure.
Like, you don't just let Montez or you just don't let Bianca cut it. Either one week he does it or she does it. or you let them take turns during the promos.
Yeah, I could see that. I can see. Like I said, it's just a matter of doing it right for them.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this is the first time that they'll be, like I said, they'll be able to try it out. I think it could be dope.
It can be, yeah.
Hopefully, they do it before another company does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Just saying, because I see that in the future.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it the same people that I'm thinking we're doing?
Who are you thinking?
Baker and Adam Cole.
Oh, DMD and Baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yep. We was all thinking the same thing.
Yep. Because that would be another one that would be like, we are taking over together.
So
and I think
who do we all have?
I got Liv.
Yeah. Liv.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got Liv. I want Liv.
Has to be Liv.
Yeah. Please no,
the right time.
Becky just having a boring title run. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Oh man,
her character right now was just boring. She needs
I mean, honestly though, it is the first pay-per-view in the first day of the new year. We could see a lot of surprises. Do you think anybody's gonna? I personally think Asuka's gonna return. I'm predicting that right now.
I can see that.
I'm saying that right now.
You want me
to save it for the Rumble too? They could save that for the Rumble.
I mean, yeah, they could save it. Yeah, I would think that she's going to be the last pick, but I think they want to start off the year like hot. You know what I mean? You got to throw in something.
Like Asuka's a good enough comeback for day one, but it's not like a Raw comeback. So it's a nice one, but it's not,
like a big, but they could save it for the Rumble too.
They don't have too many women they could bring back. Like you can't keep bringing back Lita, Trish Stratus. Like it's going to get old. So I think they need that new phase. I think they need Asuka at the Rumble rather than day one.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened then.
The only person that could return at day one that would get a pop from me would be Ronda, and we know that's not happening.
No, it's not happening.
Yes.
If anything, it's back. It's going to be Rumble. If anything,
yeah.
She'll show up like number 27 in the Rumble or some shit. She'll show up.
I'm messing with Ronda her and Rudd, so I'm not mad at it. I
feel like somebody's gonna return.
You know what makes me? You know what kind of makes me sad, and I never thought I would say this. And hear me out when I say it, because you're gonna roast me, because I always talk about how much I don't like her. Nia Jax leaving. I was dope at first, because I don't like her that much. But when I found out what storyline she was supposed to be part of, it hurt my soul that she left.
What storyline?
She was supposed to be in a bloodline with the Usos, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. And she was supposed to be a China. And she was supposed to start fighting with, dudes and shit. They were literally going to bring back, that DX vibe, but with the bloodline. And I was reading all about it, but then she was against, the vaccines and all that shit, so they dropped her. That's why they dropped her. And I never in my life thought that I would say that I was hurt by her leaving, because I really wasn't a fan. But that storyline with her and her family and a bloodline and having her be a China vibe, finally, I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. That hurt me. That hurt my feelings. Because the only reason I ever thought she'd be good for anything was because of that. And then they dropped her. So
what could have been with Nia Jax?
Yeah, exactly. The only time I would have enjoyed something for her.
What a woman. But the person, I think they could just put Tamina in that role.
They could.
I think Tamina gives off more of a China vibe.
Yeah.
True. Personality-wise, I just think Tamina's so bland in the ring.
Exactly.
She's just so bland.
But she's got it, though. If you give her the right moment, she can go off. I think her entire career was just her being you for no reason.
You're right, but I don't know, because it was something about Nia Jax always being completely
annoying.
Yeah, and then giving her
she's more hated though. She's more hated.
Going on a bloodline shirt and a pair of jeans and being this is what I'm doing now, instead of this weird fucking thing that they had her doing for so long that was trying so hard to be fabulous. It annoyed the shit out of me. If you have a character like Nia, I don't want to see her doing that. I want to see her showing up, doing her thing, and leaving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have enough of that in the women's division, and they were going to bring her into that. And I'm sad they're not anymore. She's not there, but
that might have been a cool character change. Maybe it would have changed my mind on her.
That's where my stance was. So that's why I was I never thought I'd be upset about her leaving, but now that we can't see that happen, it sucks.
Yeah,
that
is true.
Who knows though?
Yeah,
you never know down the line. She might
could make a return.
Give me that vax, baby. I'm going back.
Give me that vax. Yeah. So what are your final thoughts on this pay-per-view, guys? What are your final thoughts on this pay-per-view?
It'll be alright.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm thinking too.
It'll be alright.
New
Just a
year
little
with
filler
the
for the
bang.
Rumble, you know.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
So I
it's
guess
it's gonna be cool.
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
It had the potential to
hopefully,
have some shock factors.
Yeah, and some good matches. I still say Miz and Edge is gonna steal the show.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Edge always has the Steelers in the pay-per-views. Always.
Yeah.
Like we always look for the Roman matches or whatever. It's always Edge that deliver us the best.
And I think him and Miz matched up are gonna be
that's gonna be beautiful.
Match made in heaven.
Masterpiece.
Yeah. I agree.
So I guess we could wrap it up there. Before we go, I just want to say thank you to Mikey for coming on. You want to plug in your stuff real quick? You want to shout yourself out?
Follow me on TikTok, Mikeystaxx, as well as my YouTube, Mikeystaxx, and that's really it.
Yeah, we'll tag all of his social medias in the description of this YouTube video, so you guys can go follow and subscribe to him. Thank you again for coming on for our day one predictions. Great time. Definitely gonna have you on soon again. So keep an eye out for that. Once again, I'm Nick, joined by Gina and Joel. This has been episode 62 of the Ring Fanatics Podcast. Day one predictions. We will see you guys next time.
Catch you
later.
Bye.